Hey, I'm Aaron Marcus, and in this video, I'm going to teach you how to get more acting jobs. I'm going to be teaching you about one way at the beginning of the video, and stick around, and then towards the end, there's going to be a second way of getting more acting jobs. Hey, so, before I forget, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, don't forget to click the subscription button and also the little bell notification button, and that way every time a new video gets uploaded, you'll know about it. So, as actors, I know we always think of ourselves as just being very creative people, which we are. But the fact of the matter is, we are also running a business, and we're running an acting business. And I realize you might have an agent, you might have a manager, and things like that. You might have a team with you, but essentially we are a business, and the product is us. We are the product. We are selling ourselves. And like with any other kind of sales job, you've got to have a great product. You have to know how to sell the product, and you want people to buy it and like it. And so that brings me to the first way that actors can get more jobs. And here's how you want to do it. Look, whether you're working on a TV commercial, a feature film, a television show, a training film, independent film, voiceover work, it doesn't make any difference. You want people to, number one, really like your work. You've got to make their life easy, because if you think about it this way, we are a team. Let's say you're working on a feature film. We're a team. It's a big team. It's a big family. It's a big company. And every player in this company has a very important role. And so for us as the actor, we are fulfilling one of the jobs that needs to take place in order for this to be a successful company. Doesn't mean the film's going to sell well, but you're going to come out with a great product, hopefully. And so if people really like your work, number one, and two, they enjoy being around you. You're good to work with. You're a good human being. You're not creating problems on the set. You show up when you're supposed to show up. People enjoy talking with you. Well, why wouldn't they want to hire you again? And once again, let me just go back to the sales thing. If you're knocking on somebody's door and you're trying to sell them a computer, and they wind up buying it and they really like it, well, when they're ready for another computer, why wouldn't they buy one from you? It was a good product, and they enjoyed you. They liked you. And I want to make this really clear. I'm not telling you that you've got to work hard at having people love you and agreeing to do every single thing that's asked of you on a set if it's something you don't want to do or don't feel comfortable doing. I'm not saying that at all. But people want to surround themselves with other people who they like. I mean, if you are a director on a feature film, you could be spending 2 or 3 months away from your home, and you're going to be spending a lot of time with, the principal actors. Well, if you were the director, wouldn't you want to hang out with people that you enjoyed being with? So, most importantly, you want to make sure that people like being around you. And it was interesting because I always like when I do my private online mentoring sessions or in-person workshops, I always like to give real life experiences. Like I've been doing this full time for 34 plus years and booked like over 1,200 jobs. And so I always like to pick and choose different experiences that I've had to actually share them with others, because I find that to be most helpful. So many years ago, there was a film, I don't know if you heard of it, remember it, it was called Runaway Bride. And it was directed by a gentleman, really very nice man who unfortunately passed away, Gary Marshall. And I was doing stand-in work on that project. And this was really interesting. Gary Marshall would rehire, recast people who he enjoyed being with, number one. And if you look at a number of his films, you'll see a lot of similar actors. And partially because they're great at what they're doing, and he liked being around them. So it makes sense. But here's the other thing, too. He would also fly in friends of his. He would fly in people who worked with him. I remember there was a secretary or an assistant who worked with him, flew her in, gave her a couple words to say in the film. And that way he could hang out with the assistant. She got a pretty good payday. She gets some residuals, for life. And what I found interesting was I heard a number of the extras get really upset with the director because he was giving away and just kind of like making up lines and words on the set just to give to his friends. And a lot of the extras were very angry because they were saying, look, I can do that. Why doesn't he, hire me? That's not right. It's not fair. I get it. Once again, he wants to surround himself with people he likes. So here's the thing. Once again, I want to make this really clear. I'm not saying you've got to be the life of the party. I'm not saying you've got to be, somebody that everybody, just love. But you want to be somebody who people want to work with, want to be around. It just makes sense. So that's one of the ways of getting more work. Here's the second way. Stay in touch with people. And you want to be really careful with how you go about doing that. You don't want to just call a casting director who you booked a job with. You don't want to just, call a director, depending on the kind of relationship you have with the director. But what you can do is certainly, make sure you get information as a way of staying in touch with them, whether it's an email address, whether you start following them, social media. And for what I like to do is, I do like to get an email and I like to just, an email address, and I like to just send people updates. And what you say, and here's the crazy thing, sometimes what you say isn't really all that important. It's really more a matter of staying in touch with them, reminding them that you are around. And that way, if there's a project that's coming up that they think you're right for, then, they'll remember you. And so, typically, I might say in the email, something about, oh, it was great working with you on such and such project. I got a chance to see it, and you can just talk a little bit about the experience. And hey, I'm really looking forward to working with you again. Once again, you don't have to sit there and list all these credits, things that you've done since then. If you want, you can say, oh, I just want to let you know I did book a job on another television show, whatever you want to say. But more importantly, it's just staying in touch with the person, because even though certainly we remember, but if you're not famous, you're not the star of the project, they might not remember you that well. But if you can remind them, I tell you, I love being the banker, in your film. It was so much fun. And I really look forward to working with you again, something like that. So anyhow, so the two things, make sure that people like being around you, they want to work with you again, so that you can be requested and they can bring you in for another project. And two, stay in touch with them. Every once in a while, maybe it's every couple of months, just shoot them an email. And something else, I would make sure that you've got your photo in your email. Maybe it's in your signature or someplace, just in case they don't remember your name, they can put a face to your name. And you don't want to just send it as an attachment, because nobody likes to open up unsolicited emails with attachments because it's just too dangerous. So anyhow, those are the two things that I would definitely do to get more acting jobs. And look, I'd love for you to share your information as well. Uh, this is a family of actors here, and I do this so that I can share information with you. Please, if you've done anything that has helped you book more jobs, leave a comment below. I mean, that's what this whole thing is about, sharing information, helping each other. So please leave a comment below and let other people know what you have done that you have found helpful to, getting more work. Once again, if you haven't subscribed, click the subscription button, click the little bell notification button. And by the way, at the very bottom, I do have a donation link. If you found this helpful, if you would like to support the Quick Tip Videos channel, just click on the link, go straight into PayPal, whatever you feel is good for you. I greatly appreciate. So I just wanted to mention that to you as well. And yeah, I'm Aaron Marcus, and I can't wait to talk with you again soon. See ya.